Okay, so now you're arrested by the feds.
Yeah.
How much time were you originally facing?
15.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Plea deal?
Yeah, I plead out.
Okay, you weren't trying to go to court. So what I'm saying is, if you went to court and blew trial,
Oh, shit.
how much were you facing?
I remember, I remember first going to court. They had dropped the Fed charges on us and made us state.
Which is better.
Which is worse.
Worse? Why?
Yeah, cause man, when I went into the state, I thought it was better. The lady said, "I'll never get this." I'm sitting with my first attorney, and that lady said, "I recommend 99 years." And I said,
God damn.
I said in court, "Bitch, who you think you called?"
Wait, so this is the DA saying that?
Yes.
99 years.
99 years. And I was like, and I couldn't, I'm like, what you think you called?
So you called her a bitch right there in court.
Man, so they took me out and put me in this little room.
Like you Pablo Escobar or something.
I'm like, yo, and I'm like, man, yo, the fuck, man. And my first lawyer, Bobby Stewart, Bobby was like, yo, man, you can't be. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck she thinks she caught, right? So then we go back to court again, and she recommends 60 years for me. 60 years, okay. So then I get.
You're how old at the time?
I'm 19.
19, 60 years.
Man, so
you get out of 79.
I get this attorney, Rio Harris. Rio Harris, good attorney, and I'm calling Rio every day, and I'm saying all type of bullshit to Rio. Like I say, Rio, I've been at the law library, and it's like I can see him shaking his head like,
I figured out a way to beat this.
What?
Found a loophole.
What? I say, listen, they got me on a delivery. Tell him I want a possession. He's like, what? I say, because a possession carries from 5 to 20. Delivery, and then you have conspiracy. Conspiracy is 20. Delivery is 15. Possession is 5. I'm like, yo. He said, a possession is like you were using. I said, well, tell him I was smoking.
5 kilos,
He's like, 5 kilos? He's like, I said on the phone with Gus, I said, telling people I got a habit. Put me in a program. He's like,
Tony Montana just sticking her head in the cocaine.
Nuts. So then after that one, I think I called him a month later. And I said, yo, I just read in the paper, my judge was named Woody Denson. I said, Woody Denson is up on bribery charges. I said, yo, I need you to get in touch with him. He's like, yo, it's probably too late.
Wait. So were you trying to bribe the judge?
I was about to. Like, he already up on case. Obviously, taking money. It was like,
how much were you going to offer him?
Man, I don't know. I was going to say, hey, Rio, talk to him, man. See a number. Because in my mind, I got 84.
Right.
Let's see what we can work out, man. Rio's like, man, stop going to the law library. Don't call me with this shit no more. Like, and Rio ended up, because I was on probation, they had 10 years for that, and then 15 for the delivery case. So how the case went was, whoever copped first was gonna get the least amount of time.
Okay.
And they're starting at 15, and they're going up. So I copped first, away from everybody else. I ain't telling on nobody. I'm just like, yo, man, I'm guilty. Give me the 15. Let me roll. And they gonna run it concurrent with my 10. So I'm just doing 15. Everybody, it went up to 45, I think. It went up to 45 years. Everybody, it went up 5 years for everybody.
So your last co-defendant got 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they were already convicted felons. You know, they had already had records. So I copped for the 15 because I wanted to take, because this is what they told me. Because it's state, right? You get 15, probably do 18 to 21 months. And then you get, because they get 2 for 1.
Wait. You're saying you get a 15-year sentence
Mm-hmm.
and you get out in less than 2 years?
Yeah. 'Cause
That's crazy.
2 to 1.
2 to 1 doesn't add up to
So
15.
so they, plus, because you don't do the whole 15. They're going to let you out on parole, on mandatory supervision.
Huh.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So you're going to get 2 to 15. You're going to get, for every month you do, you get 2 months. So that's 3 months, and hey man, you home in 18 to 21 months, because that's how it was going back then in the early 90s. So I get caught up in, this is when I learned this. I'm on Torres unit in San Antonio. I'm in this prison. And this old head set me down and he said, hey, you ought to tell your people to vote for Ann Richards. Because Ann Richards is the governor at the time. So I said, why? Because if Ann Richards win, it's her last term. She can't run no more. I said, man, she ain't gonna be putting money into no damn prison. She's they gonna be just housing money, doing what they do. And she's running up against Bush Jr., George Bush Jr. When anybody comes into office, the first thing they say, they gonna get tough on crime. So nobody's going home. So Bush wins, and the next thing I get is a 2-year serve off. I'm like, what? That's for people who like doing bad things down there. You not learning your lesson. I get served off for 2 years, and this is after I had already served like 3.5 years, something up in there. So I get this 2-year serve off where they don't even, and this is when they don't even bring you up for parole. For 2 years, they not even bring you up for parole, and it's still not guaranteed that you get parole, because parole is not mandatory. It's the gift, basically. So I end up doing 2.5 more years because I got that serve off because Bush won in office. That's how I ended up coming home in 1997.